Hi Leo, and welcome to your Spirit Guide messages for June 2019. I'm going to start your reading off by seeing what your Spirit Guides would like to talk to you about or bring to your attention or let you know what's about to happen. So let's see, Leo, what do they want to say to you? Okay, so we have eat better, and Leo, with this card, it could legitimately mean that you need to eat much better than you have been. Like, you need to pay far more attention to what you're consuming and making sure that you're getting enough nutrition for your body, because some of you might be feeling sluggish or low energy or just having weird ailments because you're not getting enough nutrition in like your daily diet. So if that speaks to you, there you go. But overall with this card, Leo, this is about nourishment to some part of you, whether it's your physical body, your emotional body, your mental body. There's some part of you that needs nourishment, and your guides are bringing that to your attention. Next card out is don't worry. All right, so don't sound the alarm. There's nothing crazy going on. But also with this, Leo, I feel this nourishment for many of you has to do with your mental body. There's a lot going on in that space. You could have some anxieties, some concerns, just feeling really unsettled about the future, things that have happened, your current circumstances. And you know what? Because some of you, I don't know, like I usually hear when people worry, it's one of two things. They either can't eat or they overeat. And so that might be kind of talking about that too. If you're just really upset, really worried, just kind of on edge about things, again, make sure you're getting enough nourishment. And when I get really upset about stuff, my stomach, it just turns into like the biggest jerk on the planet, and it's nearly impossible for me to eat like food. So when I'm in that space, I will drink protein shakes, because I don't know if if it's a mental thing, but it's like I'm drinking something, and so my stomach accepts that, and if it's food, it won't. Like, it's crazy. But if you suffer from that, the way that I do, don't go without eating. It is so important to nourish your body. Drink protein shakes, find something. Bananas are really good, just something to nourish yourself. Even though you might just have your stomach is full of anxiety and kind of a basket case, your guides are like, don't stop taking care of you because of whatever's going on. It's in times like that, it's most important that you are there for yourself, that you care for yourself, that you nourish yourself and nurture yourself, And if something has happened that has made you feel really small or worthless, like you don't matter at all, this is your guides telling you, Leo, that you do matter, okay? And look at the next card out would actually be tender shoulder. So for me, yeah, Leo, listen, sometimes we have to be there for ourselves, and that's a lesson that I had to learn, and it was a pretty hard one because, it's just in my mind I always thought like people are supposed to be there for you and all of these things, and when you're having a hard time, like that you're not strong on your own or something. I don't know. I'm way beyond that now, but this here, some of you, if you are feeling really alone, like just nobody's there for you, sometimes Spirit puts us in those positions for us to realize how strong we truly are, and to force us to start loving ourselves and being there for ourselves and putting ourselves first, okay? Because when you've gone through a lot of hardships, it really takes away from your self-esteem and your self-worth and your value. And, when you have experienced a lot of emotional pain, it makes you very tolerant of emotional pain. So in that space, you're much more likely to endure toxic people, toxic circumstances, and, toxic situations, because you have such an endurance of pain tolerance at an emotional level. And if that speaks to you and now you find yourself completely alone, that's spirit letting you know, Leo, you cannot, it's time for your energy to come to you. It's not about anybody else anymore. Okay, it needs to be about you right now, at least through the month of June. And if you're looking around and nobody's there, then it's time for you to be there for yourself and love yourself. And know you, at the end of the day, we are the ones who put our value and our worth on our head. It's all about our subconscious mind and what we believe there. And it's just that's everything. When you don't believe you are worth much, you will tolerate and accept so much that you do not deserve. And, I used to have this ex as a justification for treating me badly. I would say, I don't deserve you to act like this to me. I don't treat you like this. And his response was, people don't get what they deserve. And at the time, I accepted that. I hate to say it now, like I'm almost embarrassed that I ever tolerated somebody treating me so poorly, like I was invisible. But that was his justification, is people don't get what they deserve. And I'm like, well, who are you to decide that? Like, you are in charge of how you treat people, and that's your justification. But because I tolerated it, he treated me badly. And when I pushed him into a corner, calling him out on it, okay, yeah, you're right, that is crappy, but people don't get what they deserve. What are you going to do about it? Like, he would follow it up with that. Like, yeah, I did that, but what are you going to do about it? He was right. Wasn't going to do anything about it because I was too emotionally weak to believe that I deserved more than what I was being offered at that time. And Spirit did push me to be completely alone, no friends, no relationship, none of that. And in that space, Leo, I learned how to be there for myself. And that's the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I always just struggled, like, all my life with friendships, with money, with my emotions. And now, after the experience of solitude and learning how to be there for me, and not feeling like I was slighted because I had to learn how to be there for myself, my whole life has changed in every way, on every level. And so, to me, anybody who is in the struggle, and I don't care what it is, it all goes back to your core and what you believe you deserve and what you're worthy of and what you're willing to put up with and tolerate from other people. And, just because you love somebody or have deep attachment to them, that's not an excuse to allow them to treat you badly, to be toxic to you, to take advantage of you. Because, I foolishly believed if I'm honest and I do everything the right way, then that's what will naturally come to me. It doesn't work that way. That's more on a universal thing. If you touch this flame, you're going to get burned. So if I touch it and I get burned and I'm like, well, maybe I can touch it a second time and it's not going to happen. No, I'm going to get burned every time. And it's up to me to stop touching it and burning myself. And it's a really hard lesson that some of us have to learn. But I get, Leo, some of you, like, that's kind of where you're at, where Spirit wants you to see how strong you are, how able and capable you are, and how much certain people and situations that you cling to are actually taking from you and draining you and pulling you down and keeping you from your highest potential, keeping you from fully nourishing yourself. Because when you're not nourishing yourself on all levels, you're not operating at your highest potential. And as human beings, I tell you, we are amazing. We are capable of magic. When we are nurtured on every level, and that starts with ourselves, we are capable of magic. And I would bet money on that, okay? Listen, others of you, Leo, with this, Spirit's letting you know there's some support coming in for you guys. You know, and you don't need to worry whatever the situation is. It's like Spirit is saying, hey, I'm coming in. I'm helping you out. You're not all by yourself, Leo. Because even when we've got to learn how to truly stand on our own, we're not alone. Like, Spirit never leaves us. And when I look back on a certain period of my life and just, I'm like, how did I ever get through that? And I'm like, Spirit got me through that, through just the magic subtleties of every single day. And then, you know, it just, life changes. This too shall pass. Like, nothing stays the same. Remember that. All right, so we have the Three of Wands. You guys definitely feel like you have been in this holding pattern. And we have the Eight of Cups, which is excellent, Leo. That means you are moving on from this. And the Moon, yeah, deep emotions, heartache, sadness, pain. Something has happened, Leo, and it really just threw you out of balance and really disconnected you from yourself and your divinity. And when I say that, meaning you lost sight of what you're worth and how precious you are. And, you know, it's just sad to me because we let people take that away from us and we don't even realize it. And there's so many good people that just turn to a cold black heart and completely cut themselves off from everybody because, you know, they get taken advantage of, they get used. And I'm telling you, it's about self-esteem, because you can be the most beautiful person in this world, but not everybody is going to appreciate it for that. They're going to say, oh, what can I get from that? And they're going to learn you so they can learn how to use you to get what they want from you. But when you are in a very solid place of self-love and you know your worth and your divinity, they can't even play that game on you because you just see it like that, because you know your worth and you're not going to tolerate it no matter who it is, okay? And sometimes, Leo, as you start growing yourself and gaining self-esteem and value, people are just going to naturally fall away because they can't handle you in a strong, empowered state. It was only when you were weak and emotional and vulnerable that they could be in your space because they wanted to take from you. So when you become very empowered and strong in who you are, there's some people that just cannot be in your life. They just naturally fall away because they were there for the wrong reasons. Nice, yes, on top of the holding pattern, now we have the Ace of Wands. That's beautiful new energy coming in. And wait, that's for, I'm sorry, I miscounted that, guys. I'm an idiot. That's the Seven of Cups. Here's the Eight of Cups. So you guys are moving on. That's crazy. I swore that was an 8. All right. With this being the Seven of Cups, the message is more like the holding pattern where you feel like you've been dreaming and scheming forever to change things and it's just not happening, okay? But now here's the Eight of Cups sitting on top of that with this Ace of Wands, and we're moving on. And with the Page of Swords here, Leo, this is where you are kind of cutting certain people and situations off and out of your life because you're realizing how much they throw you out of balance and just put you in a sad state. Whenever you feel just weird hanging out with somebody, or after you hang out with them, or you're just kind of always in a place of questioning if they really like you or what the deal is, that is not energy you want to surround yourself with and deal with. That throws you out of balance. Ooh, and look at, as I say that, it is 1:11. Yep. Leo, it is time for a new beginning. Yay! And look at, Leo, there you are. Your own dice has come out. So we have the King of Cups. So this is emotional balance and restoration. And on top of that, because it's coming out as the masculine of the cups energy, this is you feeling empowered. This is you knowing your worth and your value and not tolerating anybody's crap anymore. Next out, oh wow, oh, we have the Queen of Cups. Leo, we have the Queen of Cups. Oh, but that's on your Leo dice. So do you want to know what this tells me? Leo, this is the balance, the restoration within you that's taking place in June. Okay? The divine masculine and the divine feminine within you coming into balance, coming into order, because look, your final dice would actually be the Temperance. Okay, and that is balance and restoration, and it's 2 cups there, just like these 2 cups. So you know what else? And I just want to point out this, where is it? This Queen of Cups falls on your Leo. So this could be, some of you, this involves some water sign energy that may be coming in, or this water sign energy is a tender shoulder that's going to help you through this whole process. But it's like you're being returned to balance, Leo. And your relationships moving forward are much more solid, stable, steady. If you've been really worried about somebody, and this has nothing to do with you, it's like everything's going to work out. It's all going to be fine. It's restoration is coming in for you guys. Okay, well, there's 2. That's like, we got to come out. I almost feel, if you've had a really bad falling out with like a friend or a family member, or maybe even like a romantic situation, and you thought like you guys were never going to be able to repair, this to me, Leo, is there is healing to some relationship. And I just, because the King and Queen of Cups is there, and balance being restored. You know what, man? Look at this. You pretty much have all water and fire energy. Cups, cups, cups. That's all water. The moon is associated to Cancer and Pisces. And then we have the wands, which is fire energy, you, and Temperance, which is attached to Sagittarius. We do have a little bit of air energy here. But this to me is more about just a confirmation of something being cut out of your life. And so, Leo, really strong for you that this may involve water energy, okay, that's helping you, or a Sagittarius, because Sagittarius are the wounded healers. They're very spiritual people. They have natural healing abilities. So some of you, you were like making new connections with like a Sagittarius or a water sign, and they might be your tender shoulder, or you are just about through the healing process, Leo, and there's beautiful new relationships and connections coming in for you guys. Whatever it is that has you all up in knots, it's going to get better in June, Leo. It truly is. Okay, so the present, yes, it's going to get better right now. Pay attention to your dreams, Leo. You're getting a lot of information and insight there. And whenever this card comes up for me in a reading, for my own personal, my dreams are always telling me things. And it's pretty crazy how random dreams can seem, and then they're real. Like I was telling one of my friends, I was like, hey, I had a dream about a mutual friend's house. I was like, but it was this huge mansion. And she's like, oh, well, you didn't know, but this particular friend is actually just now getting a really big house built for themselves. Oh, so like you receive information and insight from spirit through dreams about people, about your life, about situations. Like it can seem really random, Leo, but spirit's speaking to you through your dream time in June to help you move on from this heavy energy. Alignment, good advice. This is spirit saying that your breakthrough, your new beginning, your push forward is sooner than you think, but it's really about alignment of your own energy. And the Trinity, 333. This is the restoration, the healing coming in for Leo. Wow, and I don't know why, but as I said that, look at my phone just lit up all by itself. I'll take that as a confirmation for you, Leo. Yeah, because look at this next card, Angel Guidance. Feathers, yep. Leo, you guys are loved by the angels in the non-physical realm. They are your tender shoulder. Those of you who are really learning how to be there for yourself and having self-love restored, the angels are so with you. And with the Trinity there, yeah, huge confirmation. Pay attention if you see repeating 333 or you're finding a lot of feathers. That's your sign that you are not alone. Your prayers are heard, and there's comfort coming in. But I really think Spirit's bringing you some like new connections, or there's a restoration to a relationship that it's just going to make you really happy. Like it's very healing for both you and the other person involved. Nice. Yeah, because look at Mastery. Leo, you are at the end of some pretty heavy, funky stuff. You don't need to worry. June is bringing in energy where it's time for you to focus on yourself. Make sure you are nourished on every single level. Really be there for yourself. If you're rejected, ignored, pushed away, put down, don't turn against yourself too, okay? Because that's just like you are defeated across the board when you do that. And when you're being rejected in a lot of different places, that's because you're rejecting yourself within. And it's time to come back to a place of self-love and self-acceptance, and just be who you are and love who you are, and don't care what anybody has to say. Leo, it's your life. You're the one that has to live with your choices. Nobody else does. You can't live for other people and their approval. And sometimes that does mean you have to walk alone, but eventually you'll find like-minded souls where you belong, who will love you and appreciate you and value you. And some of you where this is romantically connected and you were in similar situation with somebody who could give two F's about you and your feelings and the way they hurt you and say stuff like that to you, you know, people don't get what they deserve, so I can hurt you if I want to, and what are you going to do about it? Like, yeah, all of that. Bye-bye, see you later. New, beautiful connections coming in for you, Leo. Oh, and look at what flipped as I'm saying that. Reunitement. She and I raised a red bonfire, wearing out our lips by kissing each other's souls. So just because I was sharing that story as this card flipped, you know what, Leo? Somebody who really did you wrong may be wanting to come back up in your world and take full accountability and responsibility for what they did to you and what they put you through, and want to make it right. And this says, by kissing each other's souls, when we're connected at the soul and we're coming at each other from a soul level, Leo, that's beautiful energy. That's not fake. That's not phony. You can't pretend that. That's real. That's what Spirit's bringing into your life. New connections or through a reunitement of some kind. Lastly, faith. Faith is not a belief that God will do what you want. It is a belief that God will do what is right. This, to me, is a confirmation and synchronicity for those of you that really related to having to be there for yourself, feeling really alone. This is a Spirit coming in saying, listen, you're walking this journey because it is for your highest good. It is making you so strong. It's leading you to a place and perception of self that you never had before. And in that place, Leo, your potential is unlimited, and your capacity to reach it is now increased 1,000-fold. So Spirit says, trust the journey. But most importantly, the main message through all of this, Leo, love yourself, nurture yourself. When nobody's there for you, it's so important for you to be there for you, because if you're not there for you and nobody else is, then what? You know, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks. love yourself, because you got lots of angels around you who love you and find value in you and trying so hard to lead you into that place of seeing your value, seeing your worth, seeing what you are capable of, and trusting what hasn't worked out because it wasn't in your highest good, okay? So Leo, those are your messages. I'm wishing you all the best. Take care.